Hey, welcome back to another edition of Avidgolfer Magazine's Drive Time feature. Now, I'm kind of an old. I'm over 60. But I'm old school, too. So I like combustible gas. I like sporty exhaust. I like that kind of stuff. But I also realize at the forefront, the future is now, and the future is going to be electric. So, timely manner, we're going to showcase the 2022 Mini Cooper SE. This is all electric. I want to thank the people over at Mini of Plano for the use of the vehicle, for the opportunity to showcase it to you, because we are amidst a plethora of Minis around here. It's like a herd of Minis. So let's take a long, hard look at the Mini Cooper SE and see what electric can do for you. All right, let's take a look at the exquisite yet cute and unique exterior of the Mini. This is one of those cars you can outfit any way you want. You can put racing stripes on it. There's a multitude of colors that you can get these in, so you're limited only by your imagination. Now, since it is electric, no grill, no need for one. So that saves. I mean, it's got a little sports fascia down here and a little front sporting lip diffuser, and that's kind of cool. These headlights are great, because not only do they light up right, it's a big circle, oval circle, but when you put on the blinkers, whichever direction you're going, that whole light changes. It turns orange. And so that's a really cool deal. Now this is all fake. This is all for looks. Again, it's electric, but I think it looks good against this mineral white, and that's what it is in the front. Also, it also has the cameras, so you can see where you're parking and all that good stuff too. All right, let's take a look at the side of the Mini Cooper, the electric. Nice sports fascia over here. Good contrasting plastic, goes well against this mineral white. 17-inch rims, run flat tires, and they're pretty smooth. What else I like about it is every electric car that's manufactured has some kind of a unique design for the rims. And the Mini here is no exception. It looks like something maybe out of Tron, but I think it fits the motif perfectly. Okay, as you can see here, I love the silhouette of the Mini. It's squarish, yet rounded. It's got a bunch of curves and straight lines, but it's unique, it's cute, it's quirky, and that's what makes it stand out from the masses. And this is why Mini is so popular. You can see the color-coordinated side view mirrors, very large. The visibility is great out of this car because it's all window. It all looks great. And you scale back to the back, and it's the same as the front, and we'll take a look at the back here in a second. All right, let's check out the interior, the 2021. It's a 2021 Mini Cooper SE hardtop two-door. Beauty about electric is everything is silent, if you're into that, if you're into peaceful and everything, but it does have some fun noises when you start it up. Kind of sounds, again, kind of like a Tron bit working there. Head-up display comes up, and you have a kind of a smallish instrumentation screen right here. You have a little bit bigger instrumentation over here, or control panel. But here's the beauty of it. So I'm gonna have to close this. There you go. So for a BMW, the steering wheel feels great. It feels sporty. It's got nice stitching in it. They do a really good job. The headroom is very good. With this squarish silhouette, you do get a lot more headroom. It's not slopey or anything, and that's another great feature of the Mini. What I also like about it is the visibility. It's almost all windows all the way around, and since it's squarish, you really don't have any blind spots, even though it gives you a blind spot warning on the side. Now, since this is an electric, again, check with your CPA in your state, but you should be able to get $7,000, $7,500 back in tax credits, and that will pay for your iconic trim, which includes your folding power mirrors, panoramic roof, auto dimming mirrors, park distance control, parking assistant. You get a 1-year Sirius radio. You get the upgraded Harman Kardon premium audio, which is excellent, and the head-up display, which you saw earlier. So it's kind of like you're making out free on that. It's a pretty good deal. As you sit in this thing, The seats are really comfortable. They're quilted, they're supportive. The bolstering on the side is good if you want to take some turns kind of hard. And everything just feels great. It's intimate, but not claustrophobic, which is hard to do as a designer. You have some nice trim here. You have a little sporting stripe on the side right above the glove compartment. What I really like about the Mini, it's all old school. You have toggles here instead of dials. Really the only dial you have on here on the Mini is just your volume control right there. So if I start it up, and it is start, a couple things to consider is, let me do this one more time. Okay, so what this gives you, it gives you how much juice is left. Right now it's at 24%, which equates out to about 22 miles. The max you're going to get in this car range-wise is about 114 miles, and that's if you don't step on it. If you put it in sport mode, if you have a lot of climate controls working, air conditioning and everything, that's going to shorten the range. If it's really cold out, it's going to shorten the range. But as we showed, it does have the charging power cord. Here's the deal though, I only had it up to a 110 in my garage. It takes a long time. So if you're going to get a car like this, invest in an upgraded outlet, 220, even higher. You can make it so that you can go from 20% to 80%, I don't know, like a couple hours. It's worth it, trust me, because otherwise you'll get range worry, you get range anxiety, because like, oh my God, I only have 24 miles left and I got 30 miles to get somewhere. So that'll give you more than enough range to deal with that. Right here it has your e-power, so if I put it in, if I'm taking my foot off the accelerator, it will regenerate the battery, and this dial here will go to charge, and then it will show you how much e-power you're using over here. There's 4 different modes. You have sport, which is really quick. You have MIDI, which is the middle range. You have green, and then you have green plus, which turns off just about everything but the radio and the powertrain, so you can conserve as much power as possible. Because again, it's getting from point A to point B. What this car is really good for is short commutes. Maybe you live in a retirement community, you don't have far to drive, maybe it's a second, maybe it's a third car. It's so much fun. You'll wind up driving this car probably more than the others, but it is limited, you know, because it is, until you see more charging stations around, you want to make sure you can charge this up at home in quick fashion. As far as this goes, the gauge, it's pretty easy. You have a central unit here, kind of like an iDrive, because BMW and Mini are connected. BMW owns Mini, so you're going to see a lot of parts from BMW spruced inside the Mini, and that way, well, it makes it more economical for them. As you can see here, you have different controls. I can go to navigation, I can go to My Mini, I can go to Bluetooth, I can go to my radio, and you can have different, you can have satellite, you can have AM, FM, iPhone, Spotify. It's great, and it's also touchscreen, so you can do that as well. So if I hit that, you do that. If I might have to start this up, if I put this in reverse, pretty good resolution on that camera. I really like it, and even in the front mode, it has cameras all the way around. But that gives you a really good idea, and if I turn the wheel, you can see where my sight lines are, so I'm not hitting anything by accident. But pretty crystal clear. Works out really, really well. So that's it pretty much on the interior. It's got a smaller battery than some of the other electric cars, but what you're losing in a little bit of range, you're gaining in sportiness. You're getting a cute, really fun car to drive. I'm all about driving, so I want something that I'm going to be engaged with, and some of the other electric cars are just point A to point B for the least amount of power possible. I want something I can grin at when I'm driving, and that's what the Mini does for you. Okay, so as you see these levers here, I can change this. I can change this to regenerate. So right here, you'll see it here, high regenerative braking. When I take my foot off the gas, it slows down really quick. It's like a go-kart. But if I want more of a braking type feel, more of a regular type car feel, I can put that also in low regenerative mode, and then it feels more like a regular car. And then you have the parking. You have, these are the sport modes right here. You can turn off the traction control. All your controls are right here for heated seats, front defroster, rear defroster, recirculation, air conditioning, max air conditioning. So it's pretty simple. Glove compartment's okay. You know, one thing about this, doesn't have a ton of storage. So right here, this is where you can put your phone though. And this will wirelessly charge it up, which is kind of cool. But it does take away from a little bit of storage. If I want to put this up, you'd have a little bit of storage here, got a little storage here, got a couple cup holders here, kind of narrow storage in the doors. And as you'll see in the rear when we show it, you fold down the rear seats, it's not bad for storage, but if you gotta keep those rear seats up, it's pretty small, but good enough for a day trip. Okay, let's look at the rear. It's nice and tidy. Got a little spoiler lip up here. Again, makes it look sporty. Why wouldn't it? Nice sports fascia down here, but as you notice, remember, all electric, no exhausts. So everything's all self-contained. Good visibility out the rear here. If I open up the trunk, okay, not a lot of room back here. Enough stuff you can take a day trip. You can fold down the rear seats, get some more room out of it. And then underneath is where we have the power cables, the charging cables, to keep this puppy well fueled, but electricity-wise, not gas-wise. One of the most important features about an electric car is you gotta charge it. Pretty easy. Take out this little cap right here. This is the charging connector. Put it in there. This will light up green when it's charging. If it's red, something's wrong, something's not plugged in right. And like I said, I would definitely get the upgraded outlet because that will shorten the charge time by a mile. Worth it. Do it. All right, let's take this thing for a spin. The 2021 Mini Cooper S, all electric. One thing about electric cars, immediate acceleration. It's like a slot car. When it's all electric, it's all about torque. And here's the other thing about this car. It's sporty as far as handling goes, but it's not jarring, which is, it's a tough combo to have. But this one feels just about right. And if I gun it, woo! Oh, it's very smooth. Again, you don't hear anything, but it gets up to speed in very, very quick fashion. When you do that, it also kind of reduces your electric consumption. But hey, if you're driving, why not have a good time? It feels nimble. It's planted. It's, you know, it's got a kind of a wide stance for a small car like this. As I was mentioning earlier, great visibility everywhere. You got the double panoramic sunroof. One thing that's interesting about this car, again, it's a Mini, so it's got to be a little quirky. All the seat controls for adjusting are manual, just like old school stuff. So they have a lever in the front to go up and back, levers on the sides, but no power seat adjustability. But once you get to where you want it to be, it's all cool. If I needed a third car, I would get this in a heartbeat because this thing is fun. It's a go-kart. It's a street legal go-kart. 181 horsepower, 199 pound-feet of torque. And for a car this size, it's all you need. I let a friend of mine drive it, and she, as soon as it pressed the gas a little bit, and all of a sudden the smile on her face said it all. She goes, wow, this thing's really fun. It's quick, it's nimble. And the turning radius is like a bicycle. I mean, it's ridiculous, right? Oh, this thing feels so good. It's front-wheel drive. And this is why these cars are popular with a certain consumer set, because it is unique. It does have levers It has some old school thinking to it, which is updated with new school technology. It's really everything you want. If you don't have to drive long distances, this car is money. And again, starts at $29,000. If you get that iconic package, which I believe it's right, iconic trim, that's $7,000. But if you live in a state that gives you tax credits for buying an electric car, that's roughly $7,000. So it's paying for itself. It's genius. Anyway, I really like it. And if you're into something like this and you're into electric, this is the most fun you'll have in one that looks like this, drives like this, and there's a reason that Minis are so darn popular. So there you go. I want to thank Mini of Plano again for the usage of the vehicle so I could show you guys what it's like. And now it's your turn to go test drive one for yourself and see what you think. I think your kids will love it. In fact, they'll want to take it from you. Trust me on that one. Good stuff. Good stuff. I hate to give it back. And there you have it. The 2022 Mini Cooper SE. It's a two-door hardtop. It's all electric. And I want to thank the people over at Mini of Plano in Texas for the use of the vehicle. Be sure to check them out if you're interested in something like this, which you should be, because the future is now. It's all electric. It's all green. It's lovely. It's quirky. It's cute. It's like a street legal go-kart. Base is at $29,000. This one's out pointed to about $39,000. But don't forget the possible $7,500 tax credit you'll get from the government. Check with your tax accountant if you buy this car. So until next time, go electric or go home.